War-torn countries and cities in civil unrest are still part of the reality of the world we live in today. When we're trying to understand foreign conflict, we try to get a glimpse of what's going on in these worlds that are so unfamiliar to us through stories and photographs shared to us by journalists. But do you ever wonder how these images were fabricated? And how maybe there are biases in the environment at the time that shaped the artist's mindset and in turn shaped the artwork itself. So show of hands, who's been to the Kitchener-Waterloo Art Gallery? Awesome. So most of you may have seen the exhibition which is going on right now called A Hotel Machine. And I went recently and it was really impactful to me personally. It's by this artist named Emmanuel, and essentially he thought that if we put you in the shoes of these journalists and showed you what he saw and his interpretation of the world, and what this will help you better understand why he represented the events in the way that he did. So if you walk into this gallery, in the middle of the room is the screening of a short film, and it's documenting these 5 war hotels in conflict regions such as Gaza and Beirut. And these are regions that are heavily populated by journalists. And it provides this really insightful, you're just looking at the hotel's efforts in creating a normal conditions of living, a normal conditions of hospitality, while the war is literally taking place at their doorstep. Everything from the managers training their staff to power up a generator in order to supply electricity during an attack. And times where you hear some utterances of just the janitors talking about, just reciting tragedy that's just happened days ago, or hearing the news on the radio about the tragic death of another journalist. So everything about this film and the artifacts in the presence really draws you into their being. And I took away from this experience being reminded just how lucky we are to have security and have safety. And we take it for granted, but it's something that we have from an hour to hour and a minute to minute basis. So how brave are these men and women who put their lives on the line so that they can create art in order to connect us to realities that are so unfamiliar? And that as human beings, we are social creatures after all, and that the individual well-beings are heavily rested on the well-being of our communities. So I think that's why art is important, and it exposes us to ideas and experiences outside of our own lives and challenges our assumptions and expectations. So the Kitchener-Waterloo Art Gallery introduces us to stories like these, and the ideas of artists who are actively engaging in international conversations that are pressing to today's issues. So the gallery often invites historically marginalized voices to come in and use the platform to share their experiences. So if you haven't gone, I strongly encourage you to go check it out and tell me about what you took away from it. Did I mention it is free? But there are many ways you can give back to the gallery. There are a variety of volunteer opportunities. Much like art, there is something for everyone. So you can actually host art activities, you can meet new neighbors and create new friends at their family Sunday programs. And you can, if you are bilingual, why not challenge yourself to give a tour in a different language? And you can help the organization by taking photographs and videos of the events, or just by sharing stories of your experiences like I have today. So you're going to hear a lot of wonderful and inspiring causes today, and I hope that you will reach out and lend a hand to your community and listen to the beautiful stories and art of the people around you and be there for them.